Hello and welcome. Today we are going to do an unboxing of two Sephora Favorites kits that I recently purchased. So these are kind of the early Sephora holiday kits. And so we're going to go ahead and see what's in them. So a lot of the kits looked really intriguing, but I decided on these two, and I think I'm going to skip the others that are available right now. I was trying to find the ones where I would use as close to everything as possible and really actually like the products. So first off, I had a sample of the Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Magic Water Cream. I actually had this a while ago and used it up. It's just too light of a moisturizer for me. And then this House Labs concealer. I feel like I often end up with foundation and concealer samples, and someday I really need to try them, but I rarely use foundation or concealer. Pretty much never. And so yeah, it could be interesting to try though. So there's that, and then this is the Tula Bronze Boost Glow Bronzing Drop. So this was the most interesting of the promo options on Sephora. All right, so we're going to start out with the Sephora Favorites Bold and Blushing Bag. It comes in this little fluffy bag. Okay, so first in here we have a little pink fuzz on it, a mini of the iced coffee butter balm. I did buy this in the full size a while ago, so I will probably not open this one just yet, but I really like these minis. They're exceptionally great for travel. And this one is actually bigger than my other minis. I have the 4-pack from Christmas last year, and they're 0.16 ounces, but this one's 0.25 ounces, so it's half the size of the full size. So this one's a little bit bigger than those. So that's nice. Next up, we have a full-size Flawless Pinch My Cheeks Soft Blur Cream Blush, and the shade is Angel. And just trying to look at the shelf life here. It is 18 months, so that's pretty awesome. Here's the front of it. That wants to fall over now. It's actually quite hefty, compact. Okay, so this is what the shade looks like. It's called Angel. It's pretty, kind of a light, creamy, like dries down to a powder, like a cream to powder texture, which I'm quite fond of. Reminds me a bit of the Beauty Pie formula, which I love. So I'm excited to get to try this. I do feel like they're generally $29 a piece, and considering all the other blush options out there, it's not something that I felt the need to invest in, but I'm glad to have one in this kit. Next up we have, oh, this is Patrick Ta, looks like a lip gloss. I've never had anything from Patrick Ta before, so this will be fun to try. Oh, that's interesting. It smells like Wrigley's strawberry bubblegum, like exactly. I feel like there was an N Beauty gloss that had that scent. Pretty. Seems like a nice doe foot, and like it feels like pretty nourishing. And this is a mini. I actually can't really see. Let's see. The shade says it's a very tiny writing. I'm not actually sure what the shade is on that because it's so small. Look over here. Okay, this is a plumping gloss. I'm usually not a fan of plumping products, but this one doesn't seem like it's going to be minty, so I might actually be okay with it. Definitely don't want things that are minty or like cayenne pepper. No, thank you. Next up, we have a Refi product, and this is a full size. I haven't tried anything from Refi either, so that was a nice addition. So here's what that looked like, and I think this is like kind of a dual purpose lip cheek, but that's what it looks like. It feels really nice going on, and we've got a different color. Would I buy like a reddish blush on purpose? No, but I'd probably be more likely to use this as a lip product. It does appear to be fragrance free. Kind of smells a little just like ingredients, like skincare ingredients. And it's called Wine Lip Blush. It's 0.17 ounces, and wow, this has a 30, no, it's just very tiny. It has an 18-month shelf life, which again, I'm happy with. I always think that's anything over a year, especially for, you know, because I tend to gravitate toward clean beauty. I'm usually happy with anything over a year. This one is very glitzy. This is a mini Pat McGrath Labs gloss. The shade is Angelic, Aliangelic, I think. That's fun. Shelf life is too small to read, but I think it says 12 months. This is a really pretty, super glittery color. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. That's pretty amazing, actually. Kind of love that. And seems like it has a vanilla scent, which I am always fond of. So I think I will like that. I think it says 12 months. Aliangelic. Very fun. There's that. All right, and there is one more product in this pink bag, and also a silica packet. All right, so this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Rose in Brunch blush. So here's the front of it, and it twists off. Okay, I actually thought this was going to be very close to the other blush color, but it seems kind of in the middle of these other two, maybe. Oh no, it's actually deeper than this one. But yeah, it's a nice, intense pink. I think it's fragrance free, which I need. Very creamy texture, and stays pretty balmy so far, but it shears out. All right. See, it's a little bit difficult to get the lid back on. And let's look at the back here. So, Rose and Brunch, it's 0.21 ounces or 6 grams. And this has a 12-month shelf life. So that is Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Rose and Brunch. So, very cool. That is everything inside of this Bold and Blushing kit. So excited to try all these things out. I'm going to go ahead and just put these in the bag. And next up, we will take a look in the Cozy and Clean set. So the Cozy and Clean set was a little bit more expensive, and it has more items in it. And again, because I have a lot of ingredient allergies in general, I try to not necessarily seek out clean beauty exclusively, but it tends to be where the least allergens are for me. But I do have to, you know, be extra careful to avoid fragrances and essential oils and things like that. I also, you know, tend to avoid, like, the big irritants for me are talc, carmine, bismuth, oxychloride, things like that. So that is a big reason why I gravitate toward clean beauty. So let's see what is in this bag. Okay, so I've never tried an Elias blush before, and I've been kind of tempted by them a lot of times because they tend to have, like last year they did a really nice set, but a lot of times the colors seem like they would be too deep for my preferences. I tend to like things with a little less pigment, so that because my skin's really pink, so it can, especially like blushes in these deeper shades, can, you know, look kind of clownish on me if I'm not very careful. But this is the LYS Beauty Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush. The shade is called Self Love, And looking really closely, it looks like this has an 18-month shelf life. So again, happy with the shelf life on all these. So looks like it could be similar to the colors in the other kit. Well, let's see. Put it there. Yeah, it's definitely similar. Almost looks quite a bit like that. This was the Refi lip blush, but it is a pretty color and looks like it could be a nice formula. I'm excited to finally try it just because it's something that's been popular a couple of years and I haven't tried it before, so that's a nice one to have. I'm not sure about this like triangle packaging. I feel like this is like, where am I going to put it? But we'll figure it out. I like that it's got a 1.5-year shelf life. And next up we have a Say Glowy Super Gel. I am excited to see that this one is in a different shade because I have several minis of the original shade, like the Star Glow, I think. This one is Rose Glow. So because of that, I was planning on not getting this one out, but I'm going to since it's a different shade. I'll just have both open at once. And this one's a much larger size than the samples I have from before. Those were like Point Perk samples. So here's what Rose Glow looks like. I usually don't feel like these highlighting, primer kind of things are that necessary, but I have used this formula before and liked it. And I think Rose Glow will be nice to play with. And this one is a pretty generous size. It is 0.5 ounces, which I think might be half of the full size. I'd have to check to be sure. And this one has a 12-month shelf life. So it's the Glowy Super Gel Illuminator in the shade Rose Glow. There it is. Very nice. Okay, this is another item I was excited about. This is one of the Merit Cream Blushes, and the shade on this is Cheeky. One thing that I love about the Merit blushes is that, yep, this still has a 24-month shelf life. So the shade is Cheeky. I will say these blushes are all quite similar. So we're going right here. And it does seem like this one's a bit cooler than some of the others. And this is a really balmy formula. This is 0.31 ounces, so I think this one's full size. I have two mini ones from, they were Sephora promos like maybe a year and a half ago, and I do quite like them. So there's the shade Cheeky. If I have one complaint about these kits, I would say some variety in the colors would have been cool, but I'm still excited to get to try all these different products at a discount. All right, next we have the Amicole lip gloss in the shade Bliss. This is their lip treatment oil in the shade Bliss. And this one has I think it says 18-month shelf life, it looks like. This is a pretty color. Also, this has a really nice doe foot on it. I have the brown one. I'm not sure what the shade name is at this moment, but I have the brown one, and it's a really nice formula. It's really thick and inclusive, and it has like, yeah, almost like, this one doesn't smell the same to me. The other one I feel like had kind of like a sweet, almost like caramely scent. This one doesn't, I don't really have a scent coming out. So this one might be, yeah, I don't know if that has a fragrance anymore, but this is a really pretty shade. I know I like the formula, so I was happy to get this. This is also a full size, so its full size is 0.15 ounces. And if I had to compare this to anything, I would say this formula reminds me of the Naturium formula, which, I mean, it's kind of like half the size and twice the price, but I do still like it. I do think this is a good formula, and I, have enjoyed the one I have. So excited to have this one, and I like that nice neutral color. Okay, so I haven't been able to use retinol successfully, but the value of this kit was there for me, even if I didn't count this product. So this one's kind of a gamble. I will definitely patch test it and see if I can use it. There is a very good chance I won't be able to because I've never found a retinol that I can actually use. And this is 0.1% pure retinol. I'm pretty sure that's the strength of the CeraVe one, and I definitely reacted to that. So I will hang on to this for a while. I will patch test it a little bit and see if there's any chance I can use it. And then there's a very good chance it'll just get given away, which is fine. So, and I do use a lot of necessary stuff, so that's a nice thing to try. This is a little mini guy of the Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer with collagen peptides. So I don't really use primers because I don't really ever wear foundation or concealer or anything. Although I have used the Stay one. So this one is, I think, okay, it's got one of those little silver things on it. So we'll see if I can even open it with my kind of pointy nails. There we go. So we will try this out on my finger here. It's a tiny little sample, but it'll probably last me a while, considering how rarely I use primer. It feels really nice. This is like the kind of thing I would never buy, because if I was going to do a primer, it would just be like I would just go for a sunscreen that feels like a primer. But it feels really nice going on, and I could see it adding some moisture. So I will definitely try this out. I'm not sure though, it does kind of feel like there's a scent to it. I'll have to check and see like what the extracts are and stuff, and make sure there's no essential oil in here. And again, if there is, like, this was such a tiny part of the kit that it wouldn't really harm the value for me. But there is definitely like a kind of a citrusy scent coming through. It could be coming from something else, but I think it's that. So this one I thought was exciting. This is something I've been wanting to try. It's the Ilia, what's it called? Pink Door Lip Sketch Hydrating Crayon. So this is a little mini. It is 0.04 ounces. And what's the shelf life on these? Oh, this actually says 18 months, so that's really good for Ilia. So there's what that looks like. It's kind of like a hybrid lip liner lipstick in a pencil. And I'll have to check and see if I have something that can sharpen this. But that was an exciting one to try out. Again, we're really staying in the same color family here. So this is like a product that I can't escape. This is Kosas Plump and Juicy Lip Booster. And I feel like it's come in several kits. This is the third one of these I've owned, and I end up decluttering them because they go bad pretty quickly. But I actually just decluttered my second one, and now I have a new one. So it's actually a pretty nice balm. They just tend to kind of smell crayon-like before the shelf life is up. It has a 12-month shelf life, and it's half an ounce. And there's no, it's just a nice balm, and they're kind of hard to squeeze out when I've had these in the past. I think they might have fixed that though. Yeah, it's easier to squeeze out. The first one I had was really hard. So I think they've improved the packaging at some point, but yeah, so here's, again, this doesn't add a ton to the value for me, but I will use it as long as it doesn't go bad on me. Okay, I've got two more things in here. So this is the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. So I have another mini of this, which is nice. I actually have one from a Sephora points perk to use too. And then I have the 1 ounce. If you sign up for the Summer Fridays website, you can get a 1 ounce for free for your birthday and just pay like the shipping cost. So I did that, and it was kind of a nice thing to have. So this definitely adds to the value for me. And then this last thing I'm not as sure about. This is Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Instant Glow Moisturizer. I actually thought this was the eye cream, but it looks like it's the moisturizer. And just looking at the ingredients, it did look like this had quite a few like citrus extracts, so I'll have to check and see if it's something I can actually use. But we'll just open this up and see what it's like. So I'll just have kind of a yellow tint to it. It definitely smells citrusy. So I'll try it, but it may be a no for me, but that's okay. It's a little tiny sample. So overall, I am very happy with these kits. I think the value is there for me. And I'm excited to get to try all these products. I think if there was one thing I would change, it would just be a little bit more variety in the shades. But yeah, I'll be keeping an eye out. This is, you know, kind of the best time of year to find a deal if you want to try some products that, you know, maybe you wouldn't normally get. So I always think the Sephora favorite sets can be a really great value. So they're fun to investigate. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video.